Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the July 18th meeting for the Board in Condemnation and Blight. The time is exactly 2:00 p.m. Call the meeting to order. In attendance is myself, Phil Higgins from Fire. We also have Pat Mahoney, the Chief Building Official, with the recent retirement, or I should say the recent resignation, if you will, or departure, Mr. Sean Reed. So approval of the previous minutes, June 2nd or June 20th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to accept the previous minutes.
All right. Any further discussion on such? Seeing none, motion to approve? Aye. Any abstentions or noes? Okay, all in favor. At this point, if I can take a motion to go out of order off the agenda to accommodate those that are currently in attendance. A motion, please, if you don't mind.
A motion to go out of order?
Okay, I will, seeing that I've requested it, I will second that, and all in favor, yes. If we could just get those in attendance, so it is documented and on record. But we have
Sherry Stenick, 260 Shetland Road.
Okay. Thank you.
Coach Zeta, 53 Beaver Drive.
Okay.
Well, Greg Miller's here.
Okay, Mr. Miller, thank you very much.
Joe Gagner,
Okay.
Morehouse Highway.
All right. 20 Morehouse. All right.
Phil Harrington, 350 Ronald Drive.
350 Ronald. Okay. Sir.
I'm here with Ms. Stenick.
Okay, very good. Okay, press and okay. Andrea Flynn, recording secretary, and
Suzanne Moreno.
okay, thank you very much. So going
Mark Barnhart.
Oh, and Mark Barnhart just entered from the town of Fairfield. So seeing that we have 53 Beacon View, why don't we start with 53 Beacon View, please? And how have we done so far in regards to last month?
Well, I got emergency back home.
Okay.
My mom got cancer. I lived for a couple of weeks now. I just looking for little extension any day.
Okay.
Because I just come from Europe.
First and foremost, I'd like to say sorry to hear that. And looking back in the minutes, there has been some forward progress.
Yeah.
So, you know, I will be, I would approve the extension if you know, we'll carry it on the agenda. We won't take any further action. Next month, can you come back with a little more progress or another report? Okay, thank you very much. So we'll table that until next?
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Gagner,
Oh, boy.
nice to see you, sir.
Still taking stuff out. Dumpster, I have another dumpster coming in this week, and
Okay.
just, hacking away at it. And doing the house and working.
Yes, I have seen forward progress on your property as well, including the front, the front door, the sides of the door, as well as the driveway, and I see it. As of right now, though, you remain on the agenda, and I believe you are being cited. So until you come back and we inspect and say, okay, very good.
Going as fast as I can.
Okay, understood. Well, thank you very much for the progress as well. Ms. Stenick, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. So 260 Shetland?
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, yeah, absolutely. So 260 Shetland, let's see here. The property meets the criteria for blight with a couple of boarded up windows and doors. A hearing notice will be sent next month, and that's why we are here today.
Okay, so there was a window in the garage, which I changed to not a window, it's shingle.
Okay.
I have been broken into by members of some community around me in a dangerous neighborhood of Greenfield Hill. And so when they have broken things, they have gone inside. I went to the police about this because there was, literally they were pulling down things inside, like chandeliers, stuff like that. And when I did that, I asked them if they would come. There were things that clearly people had touched. They might have been able to get fingerprints or something. The gentleman I spoke to in the police station was clearly very new. He went in the back to talk to somebody, I could hear laughing in the background. And then I said, he said, they have to, they're busy, they'll get back to me. No one ever got back to me. I did not expect it after the noise I heard in the background. And so I basically closed off the back door. Usually when they do something to the house, they do it from the back. They're neighbors, and they're doing it from the back so that no one's gonna see them. So it's hazardous for people to go in there. So if they don't have lights on and whatnot, and there aren't lights on there. So I secured the back door so that, there's still a door there. There's just wood in front of that door, and there's also a storm door in front of that door. So it doesn't, from the back, you could tell that it's been boarded off, but there's also a slider. There, if I were living in the house, I could go in the front door and I could come out the back door. I could go out through the garage. But everything is secured. There is nothing that is recently broken. That doesn't mean somebody will come and throw a rock through a back window tomorrow, but I have closed off some of the windows. So I can paint those plywood windows. It's not gonna, if I wanna put, what's the phrase they use about, silk something on a pixie or whatever. But, right now, I have been speaking to Westchester Modular about putting up a house. They told me that because of the supply chain issues right now, that they wouldn't be able to start that because they'd have to get the stuff in until the spring. I said, could we start working on the garage, because I wanted to put a garage apartment, and now that there's no requirement that the garage apartment be attached to the house, I asked in zoning whether that could be done before the rest, as long as I submitted everything together, and they said, yes, I could. So then if I did that, I could actually live above it and be able to watch the property so that nobody needs to come and use it. I think it's more dangerous to take the house down without somebody there, just by virtue of the fact that there are animals around there. We used to have a pool in the backyard. We used to have deer that was a couple times went in the pool, and we ended up getting one of those covers you could walk on to keep the deer out of the pool. And they would jump over the fence and jump back. So there's no pool to watch out for, but I think I'm trying to be safe, and I keep the lawn mowed. I know that's not light.
No, I saw it, it looks
Nobody
great,
cares.
it looks very well taken.
And I'm thinking I should go for
Taken care of.
maybe farming, because as I walk around the property, there's about, 200 feet of raspberry bushes. So maybe I should have a picking farm there and just reduce my taxes a little bit, take the house down totally and just have a picking farm. So I'm just kidding. But my point is, I'm trying to be a good neighbor as best I can. I've been trying to deal with everything along the way, and every time I seem to be able to do this, something happens, like COVID happened. They were about to demo the house, literally, and it was a demo on the building, and then COVID came, they shut down the state the next week, so I stopped that, and so it's been an interesting ride for a couple of years. But I'm trying to keep it up as best I can.
So,
May I ask you
yeah,
something?
absolutely.
So two important things I think for you to understand is the sheriff's been doing their best, right, from the public perspective, light-wise, from the street and the road, to upkeep the property. And when there's a problem, it gets fixed and is maintained. From a liability perspective, the damage that's being done in the back is repaired to prevent her from being liable of something greater harm to herself and to her property and to the assets, and to people who are vandalizing it. So those are the things I would like to have on the record.
Absolutely, thank you.
And anyone who's seeing things in the back are trespassing. And, so there are other mechanisms that we're going to entertain, including a security system, including, personal guarding. The trespassers have to be dealt with in this perspective, because they're creating the harm, whether they're kids or children or vagabonds or someone who's got some alternative interest. What's happening to her is a shame and should be a part of the record.
So noted, thank you.
Thanks.
The only one thing, I'll be honest with you, that I saw
It's up.
was the shutter and the plywood on the left side. That's,
Plywood in the back window on the back of the house, right?
Again, without mentioning the rear of the yard, I believe it was on the left side.
There's a piece of wood there because they broke the window, yes, and it's covered. So I'll paint the wood. There you go. And I'll, the shutter's up already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? No. Okay. If that's complete by next month, I don't see why.
It'll be complete by next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see.
So what this one is a hearing,
Okay.
so if it meets, we have to vote.
Yeah,
I can send you a picture of it.
I know.
you know, this is a hearing, so I do have to take a vote on the matter as to fitting the definition of blight. I would like to make a motion to remove this item from the agenda. And I will say, I'll make the motion to remove the item from the agenda, and I will need a second, or... Okay.
You're comfortable with?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know what, it's for discussion.
Yeah.
We'll have to move,
No, if you're comfortable,
yeah, I'm gonna need a second.
I'll second your motion.
Okay, for discussion,
Remove it.
for discussion now matter, I mean, I'm going to take this, you know, your word on a 2-week notice of just taking care of that one piece of plywood, and if that's corrected, I see no need to continue on for blight purposes. Okay? All right. So, on the motion that we remove this from the agenda, there's a second, all in favor? Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Very welcome. All right. Moving on, moving into 350 Ronald? It's not on this agenda, though.
I'm with Mark's office.
Okay, so we're gonna suspend the 350, yeah, okay. So now, in the meantime, Mr. Wisniewski joined us for,
20 more house.
20 Morehouse, we already discussed.
Oh, I'm sorry, we did that one. Okay.
We're waiting on the 350 Ronald. Mr. Wisniewski joined us for, either Grassmere Avenue or Tuckahoe.
I've had offers multiple times over the last couple of years to buy the properties. You get to the very end of it, and they back out. I mean, yeah, I'm selling 5 properties, and I want $1.5 million, and they say, okay, I got the backing and everything else, and then it comes down to boom, boom, boom. They don't have it. On my way down here, sorry I was late. This storm put a branch through my roof of my dining room. And traffic on Eastern Turnpike because of branches, I was like, I went by Grassmere Avenue, yes, I can see there's a hole in the roof. Again, I called a couple of roofers, they want to replace the whole roof. Is anybody from the building department here? Do I need a permit to put a 4x8 piece of plywood on the roof to cover a hole?
Depends on the extent of the damage. Is any rafters damaged, or
No.
they're gonna replace the shingles?
It's just a valley, and it's right there on the corner of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got a picture of it.
Yeah, there is a certain square, number that you don't need to, what we would consider a repair.
Probably a half a sheet, 4x4 would
Yeah,
probably fix the
I would
hole.
consider that a repair. I wouldn't need a building permit for
Okay.
that.
Because then I'll do that, because I don't really wanna put a fortune in this, because I wanna sell the house.
Yeah, we would have to,
It's to the right of a valley.
yeah, but it looks like above it is in disrepair as well, so it looks like more than just that. And Phil, you've been on the property?
I'll send this to you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And that's just in that one area. And then you have windows, and this is all.
yeah, there's a extensive repair. It's not just a piece of plywood. For what they have to do here, I wouldn't want a building permit for this, because they have fascia, and where that damage to the roof is, it looks like it could possibly, one of the rafters could be compromised. I can't tell from here.
All right, I'll get in touch with you during the week,
Sure.
come out there and we can go through it.
Yeah, and that's it's not a big deal to get a permit for that. It's not, we would help you get through that. And
So, when you mention we can go through it, I mean, with your permission, can this board actually get inside and do a site inspection interior, because some of our concern is, the engineering, the structural stability of that property. I can tell you from my side of it, from a fire hazard, with the back of the building being wide open, the windows being exposed, broken, the staircase.
That's on the porch.
The rear staircase going up to the second floor being compromised, several broken windows, the property. I have some significant issues with the hazards that could be presented, both exterior and interior.
All
both
right,
from
let's take care of the
fire and
exterior
structural
first.
stability.
I'll just take care of the exterior first, and then we can get into the interior.
Okay. I mean, yep.
Stairs.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you'd like to mention in regards to Grassmere Avenue at this point? So
No.
right now, Grassmere Avenue is currently still being fined.
I know.
Okay.
It cost me a fortune.
Okay. It's gonna continue to be fined until we, complete the blight situation. All right? All right, going away from 92 Grassmere, while you're here, would you like to discuss, Tuckahoe, 280 Tuckahoe?
I wanna know what I have to do to get it off light. I mean, I painted the side of the building where kids put graffiti, and I just wanna know what I gotta do to get off light.
If we can't get there yet.
Who do I have to,
Well, when corrected, if corrected, please give us a call. There's 3 members of the board that will come out and perform that inspection with you.
well, what am I correcting, just the
Okay.
paint?
No, there was more than the paint. So the last one was multiple missing, broken up boarded windows and doors. The rear door, I believe, was the last concern that we discussed.
There's a broken window now, because kids broke a window the other day.
Okay, well, that window's been broken, unless it's been fixed, and we just didn't know. There's a broken window that still remains broken. The back door, is it currently secure?
From the inside. It looks like it's not secure from the outside, but from the inside it is.
Okay, have us come out and, we'll walk with you again.
Okay.
Infestation of rodents and other pests, the excessive amount of garbage and trash, the okay, so the boat, is the boat and trailer still there?
Trailer's there, but the boat's been gone 2 years.
So the trailer has always been moved back and forth between properties as well.
But it's registered.
Okay, all right, well, again, call us.
Okay.
The concrete block, that's been
I
on
was
for a
told
while.
that I could have 17 cubic foot of something
Okay,
in the yard. So I have 1 square pile of block that's probably 10 or 12, let's see, it's 6 foot by 6 foot. It's probably 6, 7 foot high, so that's less than 17 cubic yards. There's walls there that hold a retaining wall because of my gardens. And you want me to take them out too?
I believe it has been noted, the block should be removed. Do you have that in here as well?
That was in here.
But there's a garden behind them.
I don't know if we've ever really done a garden. Is this it that you're referring to?
Yeah, that was thing there that I put on there to keep the weeds out, but that's all been, the block has been fixed and they're all done over. Okay, I'll make an appointment and have you guys out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. We drive by, last time I drove by to inspect,
Yeah, you told me about the grass.
I'll be very honest with you, and I have been since day one, is that I actually drove by the property. I've been there how many times? I've actually driven by the property because the grass and the weeds were so high that
Well,
I
they're
actually
cut.
missed it.
They're cut.
So, okay, so,
If you've driven by it,
oh yeah, I've driven.
okay, so you know the
Absolutely.
grass is cut and everything.
So,
I'm trying to keep it up appearances, okay.
thank you. Grassmere has not.
No, that's gotta be cut.
I drove by that today.
So did I. Again,
There's a lot of grass, a
I
lot
took
of
measures,
weeds.
well, I'm going to take measurements of those 2 windows that are broken in the back now.
The sidewalk, I know when you're walking down the sidewalk, you actually have to move over to walk out of the direction of the weeds and everything that's going over.
In the front of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
All right? So,
I don't
Okay.
know if it'll be cut tomorrow, but if we cut today.
So you mentioned that you've had several contracts or something brought.
I have a lot of offers,
Okay,
and I have one person who called the other day. They offered the $1.5 million. I says, I want to sell all of them. And he was gonna talk to his investors, but this is what I get. And then you wait 1 or 2 weeks or a couple of days, you call them, oh, they haven't gotten back to me, I'm just being like jerked around. I wanna get out of this, because I don't like it,
okay.
you know?
Understood. All right. Well, your properties will remain on the agenda. I mean, there's no,
All right, I'll be making some phone calls this week and coming in and talk to different people.
by all means. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Ray.
And what's your name?
Pat Mahoney.
Pat,
Okay.
where's Dan?
Currently,
He's on
away.
in a conference, for a
Vacation?
health
No,
conference,
no,
right?
he's in another meeting right now. So. All right, sir, thank you very much, Ray.
Thank you, Phil. Good luck, guys.
We'll continue to go out of order. If you'd like to address 350 Ronald? No?
Thank you.
Okay.
I accidentally said my address.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. Thank you very much. We'll strike that.
You gave your home address and they're putting it on the
Mr. Barnhart, would you like to go out of order and bring this forward, or would you like to continue the meeting and?
You go ahead.
Okay,
I'm okay for right now.
okay, very nice. We don't need a motion to go back to the regular agenda, so with that, going back to communications, any new communications that we're aware of? No? Condemnation, we already talked about the 284 Berkeley Road, we'll leave on old business, but we'll discuss during blight. New business, number 5, agenda, condemnation, new business. No? Okay. Well, in regards to 6, blight ordinance, old business, number 1 is 15 Beacon View Drive. So, I do not see an appeal forward today, correct? Are we still waiting on, I know he's had,
There was
when I
some
say communication, there's
correspondence,
been some
it
correspondence in
seems, but I
regards to this, but I don't believe we had taken any action because it's already being fined, correct? And,
I think that's what the correspondence was going back, where he was, I think we're waiting for the appeal attorney
right.
to say whether the fines hold or if there would be another appeal.
I can tell you in regards to this property, went on site recently. The back of the property is still wide open. There's been no corrections. I mean, there's basically sheets of very, very thin wood in the back. There's now actually unregistered vehicles on the property. I'm talking to the neighbor, though. The neighbor says that the vehicles are being worked on by him. So I don't know if that makes the situation better. I mean, now you're storing unregistered vehicles on that lot, which is currently being brought before blight. So I think at this point, I think it's kind of out of our hands. It's going to be dealt with by the appeals or the attorney,
Okay.
the hearing officer, if you will. So he is, he's not in attendance today. So 53, number 2, 53 Beacon View, we've already discussed. Number 3, 284 Berkeley. Today is a vote to cite. We looked at that site as well today. I have not seen any change. You don't have any building permits for 284 Berkeley, right? I know it was secured.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was
You only asked me for
stabilized.
those few that I looked
Yeah,
up.
it was stabilized by the previous, is there a new owner? I don't even know if there's a new owner. I know.
Yeah, there was one like the original owner sold it to someone that stabilized it,
Right.
but they've stopped work because they want to resell it again.
Right, they want to resell, and I think right now, regardless of the resell, I think we have to make a motion whether it fits the definition of blight. If it's an old owner, okay. If there's a transfer of property, I think okay. I mean, I believe it definitely meets the definition of blight, as there's missing siding on the left side of the house. The roof is being, secured with a tarp. The back staircase is, it's unsecured, if you will. It's very dangerous. So I would like to make a motion that we move forward with citation on 284 Berkeley Road.
I'll second your motion.
Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If we could please send notice to,
Sure. Citation of,
citation of, 284 Berkeley. Number 4, 130 Birchwood Drive. Again, today, is, scheduled hearing. Anyone here for 130 Birchwood? No. Driving by or inspecting 130 Birchwood, it appears to have been vacated a while back. It currently has demo spray painted on the side of it. I don't see anything that has changed within the past month. Again, I believe we should go to citation on 130 Birchwood. We haven't received anything, correct?
I haven't received anything on that one. Is this one a hearing, or, this one is just a hearing notice for determination?
Okay.
So we would
So,
send
send the
vote for determination.
Okay. So I believe it definitely meets the it meets the definition of blight, so we need to send the determination, correct?
I guess we would vote
Vote.
that it meets, and then we would send it.
Okay. I'm going in favor. Motion to, define this as blight.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Okay, so we'll send them a blight determination notice. Got that?
All right, number 5, 92 Grassmere Avenue, we've already spoken with. Number 6, 20 Morehouse Highway, already discussed. Number 7, 1180 Oldfield Road is currently under contract. I don't believe we have anything really to discuss as it's currently under contract for sale. The owners, or they currently know what needs to be taken care of. So I think we should just keep that on the agenda and carry that forward. Number 8, 750 Post Road. Mr. Barnhart, would you happen to be here for 750
I would
Post Road?
Yeah.
Okay. Any correspondence or?
Left a message, called twice, left a message, emailed as well.
Okay.
I haven't received, my last communication with the property owner indicated that he was in the process of pulling a building permit, or his intent was to pull a building permit to do some facade improvements.
Okay.
To stabilize the building and address many of the complaints or concerns that he has.
Right.
Indicated that there's likely to be this type of hearing. Won't see in years. So.
Okay. And
You haven't heard anything out of it? I don't know if you've actually seen a building permit.
I will look, I apologize, I don't have that with me, or I did not have these addresses, so I'll follow up on that one.
I'm happy to reach out to the property owner again, but you guys need to do what you gotta do, I guess.
Well, this is only for the determination.
Right,
Determination only. So, with the siding, the boarded windows, the doors, there's some corrections that need to be made, but if this is a determination, I think we need to move forward on that determination, and I'll make a motion that this property 750 Post Road meets the definition of blight, and I will make the motion that determines blight.
I will second.
Yeah. Any discussion? Pat, Mr. Barnhart, any further? No? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Number 9, Shetland Road, we've already had the discussion with Ms. Stenick, and we'll go right now to number 10, 447 Stratfield Road. Now, this was discussed last month. I believe we're currently waiting on building permits. The owner sold the property and paid the fine to the town. The new owner is aware of the issue on the property and addressing the issues. the owner is proceeding with a building permit and initiate the work quickly.
I have not seen anything, I looked in that one just a little while, I did not see anything in the queue.
All right, my take on this is the owner sold the property. I believe that was also, with the town. Was there legal discussion on the matter?
So what it was is the new owners knew what had to be done, and they said they would get out the appropriate permits and things
Right.
to move forward.
Okay. I think this is something that should perhaps, be tabled or moved forward, again, just based on the conversations and the ownership transfer, and the pending building permits. Only because the owner is proceeding with the building permit and initiate the work quickly. I believe this should be tabled one more month pending building
Give
permits.
them time to get the permits in place.
You know,
sure.
I mean,
Yep.
building permits don't just happen,
Oh,
you know,
man.
overnight. They take a little while, architectural drawings, and all that. I think, I would like to table it. Table it?
Second
Okay.
table.
Okay, number 11, we've already just discussed 280 Tuckahoe. It's currently being fined and will continue to be fined until, corrected. Number 12, 146 Wheeler Park. I believe we're still waiting for, a approval to secure the property. Went back there today. The yard looks great. Someone's obviously maintaining the landscaping. It's just a matter of the unregistered vehicle and another matter that needs to be, looked at from the town in regards to securing the property. So, it's been on quite a while. I would believe that, again, we should maintain it on our agenda, seeking, legal counsel's advice in regards to securing. Yeah, okay. So this will carry over as well. Moving away from old business, now going to some new business in regards to blight. 131 Beach Road received a new complaint, and that, Andrea, if you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna forward that to you.
All right. Property has been neglected for several months. Grass has not been mowed for at least 6. Debris and litter is scattered about the property. A neighbor understands this property is and currently in litigation. We feel it should be maintained. So this is the garbage. It's a parking lot, vacant building. I believe, I drove by it. This is the one, that is currently, yes, I believe.
Scheduled for demo.
Scheduled for demo, in the next couple of months.
It's a 100-year-old, so it has to wait 60 days. I believe they've got to be at least 30 days in already.
Okay.
I can get you the exact date.
Okay. And would you say the owner or whoever currently is responsible for this building, understands that he has trash and, windows that need to be corrected?
And if not, I will follow up, absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that to be the case. So,
Yeah.
Should we keep this on just pending the actions
Our follow-up.
taken? Why don't we leave this on the agenda?
And then if there's
only to
no
see if
permit,
that
then
is
do a hearing.
correct.
Okay.
Only to see if the garbage, the trash, the complaint has been corrected within the next
Correct.
30 days. If not, we proceed forward with. Yeah, all right. Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller, are you still on the line? Okay,
I think you dropped out.
yeah. Sir? Is there any new business?
There's no new business.
No new business? Okay. Hearing none. Anyone from the table? No? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you very much. The time is now 2:35.
2:35.
2:35. Thank you all for attending.